What's going on, everybody? We're back. It's your friend Will. This is the Memory Lapse, and we're gonna be doing a little bit of an experiment this morning, trying to get to somewhere in the ballpark of 25 to 50 games playing with Red Deck. I just installed a stat tracker app to keep track of my wins and losses. Something I've never done because I've just never wanted to take the time to go back and look through the videos and actually tabulate all that. And so the deck tracker is going to help with that. And also the fast pace, just being able to go game in ranked ladders, and that makes it a lot easier to do compressed testing. So we're going to try a very stock Red Deck wins that a player posted to the Arena forum, someone who made Masters rank on day 2 of ranked ladder. I have a feeling there's not that many Masters players out there. And the reason I say this is because I have not seen a lot of people streaming claiming to be at Masters rank. I see a lot of people saying that they're going for Masters rank who are still in gold like me, where it definitely does slow down quite a bit. And if you've had a different experience, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear how your ranked journey has been so far. There's still like 40 plus days left in the season, so no rush to get there. But yeah, so they played Red Deck wins. The only difference is that they played 21 mountains and 1 less risk factor. But they noted that they would consider making this change, so I figured I would try it. So we're already like 10 or 11 games in. Yeah, 11 games in. I'm 5 and 6 with the deck so far, so we're basically just treading water. But sample size is still really small. Ooh, and our quest is to attack with 45 creatures, so we're going to be doing something like that. And let's see if we can just keep finding some wins. Alright, so this looks like a really good keep. We have pretty much one of the advantages to this deck, in addition to its speed, is you get relatively scripted draws like this. So we have 1, 2, and then on 3 we're either going to Chainwhirler or Risk Factor. I'm guessing 90% of the time we're going to play Chainwhirler here. The exception being if we're afraid of overplaying into a sweeper. And we're probably not going to be afraid of overplaying into a sweeper against Memorial to Folly. Any sweeper they're likely to have is going to come down turn 6, so the value of getting the Chainwhirler down is going to be big, especially if they go like, yeah, Branch Walker. If they hit land here, the Chainwhirler is going to be huge. They don't. I think we can probably still Chainwhirler here and then trade one of the creatures. The alternative is a Lightning Strike and attack for 3, but I think we want to keep the Lightning Strike for their face. So they'll probably block the Pyromancer. By playing this first, I get to attack with the Lavarunner and get 1 more damage in. And the Chainwhirler attacks really well into their deck for a while. They put the Midnight Reaper to the graveyard. Or they have another Branch Walker. So here we can decide about Lightning Strike to force through 4 damage. Oh no, even easier. Just play a second Chainwhirler. Eat their creature. Now we're going to start casting spells. Risk factor is aptly named in situations like this. Alright, so I'm guessing they're holding like a Vraska's Contempt or something here. Which they'll use to take out a Chainwhirler, then they'll take 4, they'll go down to 8. Yep. Important to hold this Lightning Strike in case they try to play like a Wild Growth Walker here. One of the only ways they can probably get back into this game at this point. Well, Doesn't matter how big this grows, we can always lightning strike it. So this puts us in a position where if we risk factor here and they take the damage, they're dead because we strike the Jade Light Ranger and attack them. If they give us the cards, they're also likely dead. So let's go to the end step. Extremely punishing in this situation for them. So they give us the cards. Striking here also grows the Lavarunner to 2. And it's just efficiently using our mana. Yeah, they're just going to give up. I mean, we had Pyromancer and Rekindling Phoenix there. Their Chupacabra is not going to be a good draw. Alright, again, we have the 1-drop, 2-drop Chainwhirler hand. We'll probably just Firebrand this. I think that killing the elves is still smart. Slow them down from building a big board. There's a Wild Growth Walker, so we're going to have to lightning strike that. Just cannot let that live. But that's likely their entire plan, unless their hand is full of them. We've been on this side of it. Well, there we go. Their hand is full of them. Okay, that's a sick one. So we can go Lavarunner. Yeah, Wizard's Lightning. Firebrand and get in for 3. Argument maybe to hold this. Wow. We may need this Chainwhirler trigger to help us remove the Walker if they grow it this turn. Alright, this is the draw they have. We're going to fight through it, or try to, but it's feeling unlikely now. Having this Firebrand in play actually is hurting us. Simply because it's an on-board trick, they know not to block. Yeah, unfortunately it looks like we might be losing here. No, that's not true. We could like just draw a experimental or a frenzy, whatever that card's called, and just like plow through the deck and get through this. But as long as they don't have a ton more explore cards. Yeah, they have a ton more. Oh, we've been on the green-black side of this, and usually this is, I mean, we have an entire series talking about how we built green-black to beat red deck in best of 1, and this is very much like the deck we built. The question is, do we keep playing from here with them at 20? I don't think so. Let's just get on to the next match. book the defeat. At that point, with 2 walkers, another one in hand, we're not going, and they have the Memorial to bring back the 3-drop Explore Creature. We're not going to be, I don't think we have enough damage left in our deck. And we have no way to remove the walkers. Even if we found like running Phoenixes to go over the top that they never killed, they're gaining too much a turn. They can start cracking back. All right, a little bit of a different hand, but I think still a keeper on the play. We have Shock. We're either going to draw a land and get to Frenzy, or we're not, and we're going to have like 2 and 3 drops to play, so. That one felt really close to a win if they didn't have triple Wild Growth Walker. Sometimes they have it. Okay, so they're on Grixis. So they might be checking our hand this turn. Yeah. I think they're likely to take the Frenzy here. They should have Contempts to answer Phoenix. They're in the tank though. Wow. So maybe they have a counterspell and they're playing to hold it up for Frenzy. You would think that they would have either Lava Coil or Contempt to answer Phoenix. Alright, so this Wizard's Lighting them in a turn. And we'll think about whether or not we're going to play this Experimental Frenzy into a potential Syncopate. I guess we won't. I feel like that's what they have to be showing us here. Alright, well maybe we just got next leveled. Alright, Risk Factor gives us another option of things to play on their turn. Or to play when they're tapped out. Eventually they have to play something to try to win the game. I guess I should do this in my second main phase, because if they give us the cards, then we can do something with it. But I'm thinking we're going to get a counterspell here. But in the event they actually don't have a counterspell and we've just been playing around air, they'd probably give us the cards here. Even though they know these two, going to 4 is a pretty bad proposition for them. Looks like they're thinking about it. If it's the only counter they have, maybe they're worried. Yeah, so they did have Syncopate. I like our sequencing here so far. Alright, so we're just going to go for the Frenzy this turn. Given how long they thought about it, I think that they must be... I mean, unless they drew another counterspell right there. Well, this makes it even easier for us to decide, having a second Frenzy in hand. Alright, so Sabotage, it's okay. That's really bad for us. We have a lot of top decks. The downside of playing this is it turns on more Moment of Cravings if they have them. So it can potentially undo itself. Though it does also kind of keep them from attacking, which is nice. Oh. Oh, they should know that we probably don't have any significant kind of haste threat in the deck, so attacking here is fine for them. Yeah, I mean, this is not a significant haste threat. It's just a 2-2. But still, chipping them back down to 4 counts. Use the mana here, because again, we could top deck a Frenzy. We don't want to be in a position where we have to decide between playing our Lavarunner or our Frenzy. I think we misplayed around the Syncopate a little bit here. Probably should not have been playing the Risk Factor in our second main phase. I think we should have been playing it on their turn, so that way if they use it, we get to untap and play Frenzy. I think the logic there was like, okay, like, oh, we should just play it if they give us the cards, but then it's not setting us up for a better play. So we were not really just leveraging the fact that it was an instant. The way we would have won this game is by sticking a Frenzy. Their deck doesn't really have a way to answer it. And, you know, we see the sequence that we would have gotten here. I don't know if it would have been enough, but... But that's probably where we threw away this game, assuming that we did. Because I feel like if we got them this low, we made a mistake. Alright. So we can't win from here. They're going to close the game out too quickly. Yeah, I mean, my attempts to play hate decks have not been good, because I've just only run them into decks that were like prepared for it. But we're running into some decks that are very prepared for red deck wins today in this short amount of time. Our attempts on stream to play things with like Moment of Craving and Vraska's Contempt have gone extremely poorly. It could also be the fact that that red deck wins is not so good on day 5 of ranked as it was on day 1 and 2 of ranked. That's always a consideration. In a way, it's a lot like Hearthstone. So I guess we're just going to go for the Chainwhirler here. Get the creature down, grow the Steam-Kin. They probably use removal on Steam-Kin. Leaving us with the 3/3. We're still getting for 1. And then we gauge what they do, and hopefully Phoenix is going to be good here. Like a second main phase Phoenix. See if they use removal on Chainwhirler. They do. Alright, so that clears the way for Phoenix. We know they're unlikely to have a counterspell. They need to have Vraska's Contempt, which I'm assuming their deck is going to have. Just whether or not they have it. Looks like as of right now they don't have it. Just gonna play double discovery here. They like this card. We'll hold land because they do have Disinformation Campaign. Doom Whisperer. I think we just attack with everything. Yeah, if we just attack with everything and they block the Phoenix, we can bolt the Doom Whisperer down. The egg comes back. If they block a small guy, they take 4, 5, 6. Wizard's Lightning puts them at 1. Fanatical Firebrand finishes them. So they're in a pretty bad spot. The counterplay that they can have is if they have a Ritual of Soot in hand, and they can catch the Phoenix in egg form, or just any other removal, they can catch the Phoenix in egg form. And our Fanatical Firebrands would be tapped and unable to do good stuff. It looks like they're like thinking about conceding this game. This makes me wonder if all attacking is wrong. I think it's right. Yeah, so we'll see if they have the removal here. They don't. They need to find... You can have... Search. Alright, so they're tapped out, they're just dead. For the Exaxes. Alright, so that was what we got back to exactly where we were. So I'm going to end this here, and then we're going to immediately record another one, but for the purpose of video's sake, we're going to end this one here. And we'll be right back. So stay tuned for that.